Pubcast. If you're not listening to Pubcast, the terrorists are winning. That's what Jay Moore says.
Welcome to the Pubcast. Sit down and enjoy a pint.
Welcome to the Striking Distance episode of the Pubcast. Allison, Rob, and Pauly join me to break down this obscure Bruce Willis movie from 1993 set in Pittsburgh. Pauly, Rob, and I saw Striking Distance in college, and we talked about it as if it was a great movie and we're quoting it all the time. But having not seen it in decades, I had fond memories of this movie, but I don't think they were very accurate. I thought it was probably one of Bruce Willis's most underappreciated movies, and a great example of crime dramas of the 80s and 90s, but boy was I wrong. We had a lot to say about this movie that I'm sure you've never seen, and this is a very different episode of the Pubcast than previous episodes, as this is probably likely the worst movie we have ever reviewed. So put on your boat shoes and drink an Iron City beer as we break down Striking Distance.
Dead body in the water. We fished it out. Victim's name is Cheryl Putnam. The body was dumped upriver late last night. Whoever killed her hung on to her for a while before he mailed her.
How do you know?
I used to be a homicide detective.
Detective Thomas Hardy
Tom Hardy? You're famous, man.
Infamous. Was once the most decorated officer on the Pittsburgh police force.
You're a talented guy. You can be anything you want to be.
I like my life just the way it is, Pop.
Until he broke rank.
Loyalty above all else, except honor.
And told the truth.
It was a Pittsburgh cop that killed these girls. Just ask these guys.
Now,
I got you this job after they took your shield.
River Rescue 9221. This is Base. Hardy, please come in.
9221, go ahead.
he's got a new assignment.
And Shark.
A new partner.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
I never had a woman partner before.
Neither have I.
And a river full of dead bodies.
We're in pursuit of a murder suspect, maybe armed and dangerous.
This is not your case, you understand me?
There's not a murder here!
They should have never put him in the water if they didn't want him to make waves.
How many men upstairs? Let me rephrase that.
Officer Hardy was not out of control and dangerous.
Puts the bodies in the river so I'll find them, Nick.
He wants me to find these girls.
Bruce Willis.
You just won't let go, will you?
Hurry, behind you!
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Thank you.
No, I should definitely be thanking you.
You know, I just thought of a way that I could probably thank you.
Boy, you got to be so careful in this life, Tommy. Very careful.
Stop now!
Striking Distance.
All right, Striking Distance, 1993. The no-nonsense plot. I'm going to preface this no-nonsense plot by saying it's one of the worst possible ones we've had, I think, in a long time.
Okay.
And it's not as succinct as it should be.
Oh, okay. So it's...
Given this movie, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've really set a standard here.
Yeah. Coming from a police family, Tom Hardy ends up fighting his uncle after the murder of his father. So they just give the whole thing away. Tom believes the killer is another cop and goes on the record with his allegations. Demoted then to river duty, the killer taunts Tom.
Wow.
I don't know what sort of...
To be continued.
Yeah.
I love taunting is killing his ex-girlfriend.
I know.
Taunt is murdering everyone he knows.
I taunt you. I think that's a little more aggressive.
Yeah. So, okay, this movie...
First of all, can I say one thing about the actual written summary you just read?
Oh, sure.
In no way does it reflect the complexity and stupidity of this movie.
No.
All right, as long as we agree on that.
Yes.
This movie's an hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
It is the opposite of chock full of anything. And I went to look. I'm like, how short could this thing have been? A movie has to be over 40 minutes to be a feature.
Okay.
So I want this movie to be right around an hour. Like, we should knock out about a half hour from this stupid movie.
Yeah, it could have been like a episode of Hill Street Blues. Or something like that.
Yeah, really. Exactly.
That's all it needed to be.
That would be awesome.
This would have been, Allison, it would have elicited the same type of reaction, which is, it was an all right episode.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit more action than normal, but it was all right.
Like, did they have to, like, pull over the boat, the speedboat?
No.
Yeah,
of course not. Like,
issue the ticket.
There are so many things that were not necessary.
There's more questions than anything with this movie.
Yeah. So I don't think any of us, including Pauly, who has a connection to Pittsburgh, none of us saw this movie in the theater, right? I mean, we all saw it like on cable or HBO or something in college.
I think it was like it started with a rented movie, I think, like from Blockbuster or something.
I think there might, I was going to say there might have been a VHS tape involved.
Whoa. Yeah. In college? Yeah.
I'm sure Pauly had seen it and said, you guys got to see this Bruce Willis movie in Pittsburgh.
It's in my hometown.
I got one question for you.
It probably ran a week in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
But you have to see the movie first.
Should I buy this VHS? Yes or no? All right. The beginning of the movie.
I'm sure Pauly got this for a stocking stuffer in the Christmas of '93, and then brought it back and made us watch it.
It could be.
Wrapped in
Pittsburgh let me say that's how
wrapping paper. That's
how I would hope it happened, but you know.
I think you got a free copy of it if you lived in Pittsburgh.
So at the beginning of this movie, when they're like panning through his apartment or whatever, and they're looking at the TV, you can see stuff sitting on the TV and sitting on the shelves and stuff. I didn't detail everything I saw, but it was things like a Penn State baseball cap, an advertisement for Rolling Rock. His dad's boat was named the Three Rivers. Like, they're just saying, like, hey guys, we're in Pittsburgh. We love Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Out of control. And so
a lot of pirate memorabilia. Like memorabilia.
Don't ever change it.
That's that Pittsburgh accent.
Yeah, that's right there. I got a wide vocabulary.
So I looked this up, and shocker, the writer-director, a guy by the name of Rowdy Harrington.
Wow.
Which is an awesome name.
Yeah.
He was born in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Nice.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
Rowdy? That better be.
Rowdy.
But, I mean, Brendan, to your point, even from the first action sequence, I mean, first of all, you know, having spent some time in Pittsburgh, their ability to go from like a river bridge or downtown to like a vista on the hill overlooking like where Heinz Field is amazing. They can apparently float all over the city of Pittsburgh. But it was good to see that Pittsburgh of 1992 is not that much different than 2022.
No. The roads still look like shit. Yeah, getting up to Mount Washington would take you like 2 hours, and they're up there in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, the geography is insane.
And then they weren't the cars like jumping at all when they were in the car chase?
One of two things I wrote down for.
We laughed so hard during car jumping.
Those cars were in the air more than they were on the road.
It was like they were in San Francisco, like jumping over those hills.
No, it was Dukes of Hazzard. I can't believe we all reacted to this. I just wrote, and I underlined, the strongest car ever.
No hubcaps falling off.
And then I did also say immediately, the quality of the movie, because there are, I don't know, a dozen continuity problems
Oh yeah.
During the car chase, where like a bumper has fallen off, but suddenly it's back on, and it's like all over the board.
Yeah, the murderer's car like had 7 hubcaps spin off during the course of the.
They went through so many 1982 Crown Vics in this movie.
No, I like Caprice, Chevy Caprices. I think they were. Yeah,
it's classic. Yeah,
how those big cars caught that much air that many times was ridiculous.
And then they the quick cuts, trying to be clever with the John Mahoney, Bruce Willis dialogue. Bruce is like maneuvering traffic at upwards of 100 miles an hour, and they're like barely shifting in their seats, and it's just this funny banter. Oh, Jesus!
So, was Bruce Willis? Did he mail in this, or did he not even he was not even conscious in this entire movie performance?
Brendan, as I related, I almost got so angry I couldn't research it. Do you, as the moderator, have any insight? Like, was he reputed to be on a bender during this period, or
I didn't see that? But
what was going on in his life?
Yeah, I mean, what was he going method for this?
Yeah,
this role. Yeah. I mean, he looked like a mess this entire movie, but also he just wasn't doing his job very well.
But didn't he think right after he left
Moonlighting,
and then he had the first big pop? Wasn't there a period, a few years, where he thought he was a good actor? Like, didn't he try and do a real dramatic Vietnam vet movie type thing? Or
but this is like 5 years after or less than after Die Hard, right? This is
I think he thought he was doing like a cool thriller, and it turned into a terrible.
So, a year after this movie, he appeared in Pulp Fiction. This is like right around that time.
Wow,
I know. This wasn't like some weird 8-year gray area for him. This is
in his heyday. Yeah,
This movie is a nightmare.
I mean, one correction I think I would offer is that I think Pulp Fiction, to a certain extent, obviously it was like Travolta's big comeback, but it was seen as like a Bruce is cool again type movie. So I do think he was suffering a little bit going into that.
At the time, I don't remember thinking that Bruce Willis was gone though. He was sort of around,
Yeah,
but he was kind of doing the same thing over and over. He was just playing a cop at a different thing.
Yeah, man, I don't know. This is.
But Pauly, so you have this emotional connection to it, but you did watch it, right? Recently, you put in the work.
I watched.
You put in the work.
Put in the work.
Yeah, I put in the work. The biggest shocking thing when I turned it on, I didn't remember that he had hair ever. I was shocked that he had hair. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, it should have come off before this movie. I actually commented on that.
Not only does he have hair, he has too much hair in this movie. He has...
Yeah, there's a lot of flipping going on.
The hairline got pulled back and it was way too long in the far back.
He has his version of a mullet in this movie. It's like blowing in the wind.
Yeah, when he comes up out of the water and he shakes his hair out, I was like, oh my God.
I know.
That was amazing.
Oh my God. But I mean, in general, Pauly, the coolness that I think we all associated with the movie and what was revealed upon another screening was a big difference for me.
Oh, yeah. I went into this.
My memory, my memory on it was way better than when I watched it.
I mean, it might be the biggest gap ever in any movie I've ever kind of done.
I was so looking forward to this because I'm like, oh, we love this movie and we haven't seen it in so long. Right. We talked about it in college all the time and we laughed about some of the quotes or whatever. When we were 10 minutes into this thing, and I'm like, oh, this is a different thing.
I don't know. Were we drunk when we watched it? That's the only explanation.
I don't know.
I think that's the only way it works.
There's no. It's it's a problem.
No.
I mean, I was also surprised that our two favorite quotes from college both happen like at the 17-minute mark in this movie. And then there's nothing else throughout the rest of the movie. 17 minutes in.
This is very particular to, I think, our circle of friends, but
sure.
The who's the best cop stuff on the bridge.
Yeah.
I would have bet my family's lives that occurred like right toward the end of the movie.
Yes.
I thought that was absolutely was in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. I thought it was an hour in.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm like, I was very, the whole sequencing of the movie, I was very confused because I thought that was at the end of the movie, like kind of like the whole climax of it. And
I wonder if you watch this movie backwards, is it better? Maybe it's better.
It could
Pauly's
be.
dead. Yeah.
Who's the best cop? And then my Flesh and Blood.
Flesh and Blood.
It's 17 minutes.
Was Flesh and Blood on at the beginning as well? Because
he says it on the
bridge, right?
The bridge when he jumps off. Yeah.
So he kind of ruined both of those because they were supposed to be just at the end when he.
That's
was
what I mean. Like I thought there was more of that.
There was who's the best cop at the end.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But
that's why that's the quote of the movie.
Right. It was so good they did it twice. No. Yeah.
So this movie did have a couple nice little cameos from John Mahoney and Timothy Busfield. I thought that was nice. The guy who falls off his little diver, he pushes off off the stern line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
it was a nice running gag through the movie.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's like 5 people in this movie.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Sizemore is a little insane throughout the. You can tell he's maybe just about to get into his cocaine bender or something. He's off.
Just
totally like maybe Bruce Willis is spending time with Sizemore in his off days.
Yeah.
You know, they're both getting lit.
But one other general comment was like, the movie was obviously confused. Like at some point it said, screw it, we're just going to be this action movie with these like crazy chase sequences. And I guess for the most part, we were okay with that. But, it clearly was attempting to be something crazier.
Right.
With the thriller and like more of a real murder, like mystery. But like, even in the crazy first chase scene, which was gratuitous in the sense that it just was crazy. It just went on and on and on. Not to mention all the problems it created with the lack of continuity. But like, so when the two cars crash at the end of it and they roll down the hill and they're like walking up approaching the crime scene, and one of the guys like jimmies open the trunk of the kidnapper. Yeah, and a body just falls out of it. I mean, it was so cartoonish. I'm like, really? Like, so from then on, I'm like, oh, this is a whole nother degree of terrible than I remembered it.
This is Bruce Willis having too much input and control, and he was. I think it was a bad script. Yeah, like.
Because
he sort of championed this thing and was a problem on the set and was the source of a lot of the need for reshoots and redoing things.
Well, I mean, not to steal your thunder, but I thought he was kind of like third choice on this. Like they had to rewrite the movie multiple times.
Yeah, but once he got in, he's like, I'm fucking Bruce Willis, so you're not doing this movie without me. He was. Oh my God! I think he's kind of well known as being a bit of a dick.
I still don't understand how he got kicked off the force and onto water rescue. Like that from the beginning of the movie, that didn't make sense to me, and I couldn't let it go the entire time. I'm like, what?
I eventually learned what happened, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was Jimmy like beat up some suspect or something like that, and
he was going too far with like the police brutality, and
Bruce Willis turned him in.
Yeah,
turned him, and that's but why? Detective Eddie that made it. Like, why were they?
Yeah,
he was so mad at him. Like, why? Like, I don't
because
get.
he wasn't towing the blue line. Like, he wasn't supporting his.
Yeah. But to Pauly's point, it's a terrible performance by that dude.
I know.
I'm gonna kill you. He was terrible. And it was, like you said, out of bounds. Like, even DiTillo's dad wasn't as upset about it as this guy was.
Well,
I guess where I was confused was he also was killing people at that same time.
Right.
So
he's a bad cop, and he's like a serial murderer.
Right.
But he got more in trouble for being a rough cop.
Right.
So all three. I don't know where to put any of this stuff because there's not a lot of trivia for this thing. So we're just going.
You're just mirroring the movie.
Yeah.
Are going to kind of be all over the place.
I'm going to be much of a mess.
Let's just say if someone was arrested and they told the plot of this movie as their story, like they would be convicted of a crime.
They would be thrown in the nut house.
Yeah.
All three of the DiTillos are dead. The actors. Pastorelli died in 2004. Jimmy. Sizemore died just recently, like 2 weeks ago. And then Dennis Farina died in 2013. Wow. So father and both sons are all gone.
Wow.
I don't remember Farina dying. That's kind of crazy. I mean, he's old, I guess, but
yeah, it's about 10 years ago. Other than this gem of a cinematic masterpiece, Robert Pastorelli is known for. He was in Beverly Hills Cop 2 as like a random low life, and then he was Murphy.
I think
Brown.
each of us might know someone that was in the movie.
Murphy Brown's painter Eldon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Even I remember that douchebag.
That was his big thing.
I feel like
the philosophical painter that always kind of set you at ease.
Kind of like a creeper, I thought.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of movie credits. So, all right, let's cut to this chase at least. Let's do the Rotten Tomato score.
Oh man,
we watched it on Apple TV or Apple whatever, and it sort of pops up and it shows you a quick little. It shows you the Rotten Tomato score if you're paying attention. So I don't know if you saw it, Al.
I did. I'm going to have to recuse myself.
All right. So, guys, let's do the critics first. What do you think the critics gave this movie?
Oof. Maybe like 42?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm an old man. Please remind me. It is a 100% scale, right?
Yeah, it's out of 100. Yeah. It's basically what percentage gave it a thumbs up.
You said 42, Pauly?
Yeah.
I'm not pivoting off you because I already was in.
Doesn't matter.
I think I could see it being a little plus or minus, but I'm going to go 38.
Okay. The critics score for Striking Distance, 17.
Yeah.
17%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's wow. Now that I think about it, that was one of my worst guesses of all time.
Okay. So now, what do you think the audience score was for this?
It's got to be higher, though, right? All right, so let's each commit to our number first here in my head. I will. It's got to be higher.
This one, there's not really a price is right situation.
No.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just trying to be fair. I'm going to say like 40, 43?
Okay. 43.
I was going to say 47.
47.
I would think it was just so popular that, we remember this movie well, and obviously it wasn't. God. I'm almost sticking with my original. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe like 48.
Okay. I like the fact that Pauly says it was just so popular.
Yeah.
There's no evidence to to that at all.
No, I'm saying Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis was popular, not the movie.
It's under 50%. Something like that.
Rotten Tomatoes audience score was 35%.
Oh boy!
So Rob, we were
1 in 3.
We were talking about this, or we were comparing this yesterday. What?
What was that?
What was that? What just happened?
I had a little. Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy.
Oh,
sorry. I got a little tournament update. That was a little Beckett making an appearance.
So, Rob, the previous movie that got the most negative discussion around it that you were on that episode was The Money Pit.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
The Money Pit had an audience score of 58.
Wow.
Oh my God, really?
Critic score of 50. This is 35 and 17. That is amazing. This is by far the worst reviewed movie we've done ever.
Nice.
Which is shocking, and I am, I guess, surprised that I am so close to my bottomed. Like, this is a terrible movie.
Yeah.
It is not good.
Do you think this is the worst Rotten Tomato movie for Bruce Willis?
Oh,
no, I would not.
No way.
I would know. I'm sure there are. He probably has a half dozen.
Yeah.
That are lower than this?
Yeah.
Or as low?
Oh,
Really?
You know, he went on that unfortunate spree, I think, almost with the knowledge that he was suffering, from an illness
forget about even those. I'll give him a pass on the past 10 years. I
think he made like 2.5 movies a year, right? For a while.
Oh my God.
I think there are ones he did in his heyday that were still bad.
Bad.
Well, Hudson, he is surprisingly such a huge star for really on the balance, like not a great.
Were you about to mention Hudson Hawk?
Yeah, that was a huge failure.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie. I saw that in the theater.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Wow.
Another movie I think I love, but I'd go back and watch it. It'd be horrible.
Yeah. Danny Aiello is a nightmare in that movie.
Not the best cop.
The box office performance for 93. We've done this before, but it begs repeating, and you won't believe where Striking Distance falls.
Oh, my God.
So, the top 10 are Jurassic Park with 338 million. The Fugitive, 176. The Firm, 158. Sleepless in Seattle, 126. This is like a murderer's row of 90s movies. Mrs. Doubtfire, 109.
Yeah, Jesus.
Indecent Proposal, 106. In the Line of Fire, 102 million. Aladdin, 99 million. Cliffhanger, fantastic.
Which you love.
That sort of comes out of nowhere, yeah. 84 million. A Few Good Men, 78 million.
Really? That's
my God.
Tom Cruise had The Firm and A Few Good Men in the same year. That's crazy. So those are top 10. 78 million is number 10. All the way down at number 64 is Striking Distance with 24 million.
Wow.
It had a budget of $30 million. It didn't make back its budget.
Oh my God.
No. It's a lot of money over in Pittsburgh.
Some of the movies,
you know what? I feel like that the movies, our reaction to the movie is verified, or the position that it is never on any of the rotations. Like, it's not on TNT, it's not on TBS, it's not on USA. It's not like one of those movies you stumble on. Well, even those networks are like, oh, this is garbage.
Well, and when a celebrity passes away, like, cable channels will start playing their movies. Like, this didn't come up in the rotation for Tom Sizemore. Like,
no. I think they were focusing on Heat and Saving Private Ryan.
Rightfully so. Well, on Heat, at least.
So the movie,
Tom Sizemore actually was probably the best actor in this movie.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah.
Well, again, I know we're kind of being a little disjointed, jumping back and forth, but
no, it's fine.
That scene where Sizemore comes to the houseboat, where Tom Hardy almost blows his head off, and they have like the heart-to-heart because he's back in town.
Yeah.
Was, I think, about as useless as a scene that, I guess to show that they would double cross one another at the end. I don't even know.
It was the red herring of the movie to try to get you to think.
So the brother is back, and these murders are starting to happen again.
Correct.
So you think, he's got to be the one.
Yeah.
No. So the movies that finished around the striking distance level in this year, as far as box office, just ahead of it was Unforgiven.
Oh.
Good movie, Clint Eastwood.
Oh, very good movie.
Now, right behind it, Benny and June. That was.
This is like a tale of two cities. This is the best of movies and the worst of movies, all in one time.
Striking Distance was 64. Benny and June was 65. Coming in at number 69, Rudy.
Ooh,
that's pretty good.
Oh, you were in it.
We were in that. Me and Ed are in that movie. Kind of. Number 83, A Bronx Tale.
Oh,
awesome.
And then number 101 was Judgment Night.
Oh, let me pour a little out. Oh, Al.
You haven't reviewed that movie, have you?
No, we got to do that one.
You know what? I don't even know. I might have to use my veto and say, you cannot ruin my memory.
That's a great movie.
You can't make me rewatch it and ruin my memory.
I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to believe that it's great.
No, it needs to stay in the past.
Emilio Estevez at his best.
God.
Dennis Leary as a villain.
Yeah. And then 104, True Romance.
Whoa.
Only made $12 million in 93.
Wow.
And then So I Married an Axe Murderer. 105 million, or 105 place. 105th place.
Never seen it.
11.5 million.
Oh.
So yeah, it was bad. It was a bad year for some of that. All right, let's go to the trivia section. There is not a lot here. There's not a lot.
I've written nothing, so I will get to be surprised.
I only have
about
a few things, and we can move on. Who cares?
But hey, one quick question. Maybe I don't want to interrupt in terms of casting. Is that a little bit later? No, not the recasting, but trivia on cast.
That will be after the tail end of trivia.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Dennis Farina played Robert Pastorelli's father in this movie, and they were only 10 years apart in age.
Dennis Farina looked 65 for 17.
He was like 52 in that movie or something. Yeah. I already talked about the death of all three DiTillos.
Done and done.
Co-star Robert Pastorelli accidentally blurted out the big plot twist during an appearance on Late Night with David Letterman long before the film was released.
Oh my God.
So he gave away the whole ending.
That's why it went so bad.
Yeah, sure. That's what we can do.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, I'm not going now.
Otherwise, it would have been a huge smash. All right, casting. The real casting.
After doing that, like M. Night Shyamalan really wanted to hire him.
Yeah, sure. I only saw 2 potential casting decisions on this. I didn't do a ton of research because who really cares? It was for Tom Hardy, and it was Ed Harris, and it was Robert De Niro.
Right.
And they both passed or whatever, and then it went to Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I could see Ed Harris doing this movie. This is a good Ed Harris role. I think it's equally bad if he does it, though. This movie is just a train wreck.
Yeah, it's not good.
But is Ed Harris really a ladies' man? I mean, they kind of were building Bruce up like he had all these, girlfriends or whatever.
Speaking of that, when we were watching it, when Bruce Willis and Sarah Jessica Parker had that love scene.
Oh, God.
We're like, wait, they have zero chemistry throughout this movie. There's no reason to think that they even like each other at all. Like, there's any sort of even like they're on different planets.
And then Bruce really shows up at the end. Tom Hardy really shows up, I should say, and stands up with the family. That touching scene at the end with the daughter.
Family.
So wait, before we like rotate through though. So yeah, Ed Harris I think could have done it. De Niro seems like unless things would have been magically better, a little too much.
Bit of a reach.
But was it Sarah Jessica Parker's first big movie? Right, it had to be like
He's in Footloose.
Yeah, and Fast Times, I guess.
In, like L.A. Story, is that what it was called with Steve Martin? I think that was before this, but not much.
Yeah, what an unfortunate mistake for her as well.
How many years past was
my sexual healing? Like it was just like this. Her going in to his apartment, I'm like, this is not good. It's such a bad. I'm going to call it 80s trope. That's how bad this. Even though this movie was made in the 90s, it had 70s and 80s flavor.
This
to
movie
it.
felt like it would be on in the afternoon on a Saturday in the 80s. Yeah. It's not a real movie. Let's be honest.
Oh my God.
How many years later did Sex and the City go on?
Well, this is 93. Sex and the City was what? End of the 90s? 99? 2001? Something like that.
So not too much longer.
Well, a good 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of problems with this whole movie.
Yeah. That nurse supposedly worked in that hospital for a long time and then locks herself out of the that whole scene of the nurse getting.
It's not even believable. Like,
yeah.
She must leave that way at that time of night 6 nights a week.
Right.
And she was scared coming out that time? I mean, I don't know.
Well, but she was surprised at where she walked out of the hospital and then
it was like she had never been there before.
Right. It was.
And she was in the basement of the hospital. Like, where was she coming from?
That's not how hospitals work.
No. And where were the cameras? Come on.
I mean, there are I stopped taking notes, but I took a lot right in the beginning. John Mahoney's
will to live.
I did. John Mahoney's reaction to the all points bulletin that there's a murderer on the loose and how upset he was it was going to interrupt their policeman ball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
was awesome. I'm like, really? That's like, you're an executive officer in this organization. Like, don't you want to catch murderers? You're like, oh, great.
I paid for this catering, God damn it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
That later on when they had one, however many years later, there's
that was crazy.
A lot of cops there. What's happening in the rest of the city? There were a lot of people there.
Yeah, really. Yes.
And then
it's like the purge happening in Pittsburgh.
Can there possibly be this many shenanigans and emergencies happening on the Three Rivers at all times?
Oh
yes.
People are dumping bodies and rugs, and there's a
drunken speedboat that needs to be pulled over.
There's some sort of weird, a hostage situation going on. What?
I forgot about the rug.
Oh yeah, on the barge.
The rug.
And they just killed the guy that was driving the car that dumped the rug, and they didn't there was no
yeah.
He blew up his car, and no one was really oh, that's not
I know.
Dude, dope. That was the worst that happened. He just got
hey Tommy,
getting smacked upside the head, and that was
should have been issued a citation for illegal dumping, and he was attacked by a flare gun from the water.
That was one hell of a dead eye, though.
It had a nice arc to it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Face around.
Yeah.
Good God.
I think that was another Caprice too that was driving.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Nash, that you want to tackle before we get into the recasting?
No, but I mean the fact that Farina, who has a top 5 Chicago accent, is cast as the Pittsburgh guy is funny to me.
Yeah,
that was the least of that movie's problem.
In retrospect, it felt fine, right? You know,
not one single Pittsburgh accent in this Pittsburgh movie.
No,
zero. No, not a single one.
No. All right, it's a recasting debate. We call it recast debate.
Better close the door. It's time to recast debate.
This is going to get a little weird, I think.
Yeah. There's only one that I've picked of all of them that I think is good, but everything else is...
I don't know that any of mine are good, but yeah. I'm happy to do it.
None of mine are good.
I don't even have a full list, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of gave up halfway through, to be honest.
That's all right. I did mine in groups. So I have like a one... So we got... Basically, Tom Hardy, Joe Christman, these names, Nick Danny Totillo, and Jimmy Totillo.
Oh, God.
That's 5. That's it.
I can't even keep that straight.
I have like 3 separate groups of 5.
I actually wrote the actors' names down first because I could not remember other than Jimmy. That's the only...
God bless Allison. We did the same thing.
Bruce Willis or Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Dennis Farina.
Yeah, my list says Mahoney, Sizemore. Yeah.
So, did anyone group theirs like I did or not? Because I'll just run through my groups. It might be easier.
No.
No?
No.
You know what?
No, I didn't. I sort of grouped mine, but I don't know that I would go through your groups.
No. Okay. All right. Because a couple of mine have to be together for sure. Doesn't matter. Okay.
Well,
I do have the one all cast flip. So I don't know if you want to do that or not. First or last.
Do it in groups if you want. I don't care.
Nash, why don't you start with your all cast flip? Because I always liked that idea, and I didn't pull that together.
It's maybe 80% there, but because I really think you're missing the female lead, but
swap in any female actress the way this part is written.
Yeah, and then of course, like it doesn't really matter, but you just flip the actors around from Midnight Run, and you have this entire movie. De Niro can play Hardy. You got Farina. You got Farina to work with. You know, you got Pantalone, who or whatever his name is, who can be multiple people. Midnight Run covers almost. Grodin can be the dad. I mean, it can be everything. They can cover it all.
So
this is a sloppy cast.
Dennis Farina is not going to play the Dennis Farina part, or he will.
I don't think he is.
I think he did. No,
he gets to play his own part?
Dennis Farina should be Tom Hardy.
He's recasting Dennis Farina and has Dennis Farina.
Oh my God. You could do it all. The various bounty hunters could play various stupid roles in this stupid movie. You wouldn't need a lot of work, let's be honest.
No, I think you're mostly there, but there's a lot of ins and outs of this one. It didn't quite get tied together.
All right.
Okay, I'm not going to do mine by groups, but I'll do Bruce Willis, a.k.a. Tom Hardy.
Okay.
First of all, I think we should just cast Tom Hardy.
I was waiting for you to do
Tom Hardy as Tom Hardy.
Right.
I think it would actually work. He could do that role for sure.
Yeah.
He would have like a weird voice and a bad haircut, but I think he would do it.
I would have put him in for. I had to look at the name. Danny.
Yeah.
The Tom Sizemore.
Oh yeah. That was my number 3. Number 2, I got Miles Teller doing a little Tom Hardy, a little Bruce Willis Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah.
I think Bruce Willis is in his 30s in this movie, by the way. He's like 38. I know. My number 1 would be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that it's great, but that's what I'm going with. I think I prefer Tom Hardy as Tom Hardy, though. Al, give us Tom Hardy.
So at one point I was like, oh, can I kind of do like a gender swap with all of this? And then I realized there's not going to be a female serial killer out there where this is going to work. Right. And so I've got Scott Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
And then it's funny because these are all kids of famous actors. I've got O'Shea Jackson Jr. and
Ice Cube's kid?
Yes. And John David Washington.
Yeah. He's always good.
Yeah.
Pauly, give us your Tom Hardy.
So I went a different direction with Tom Hardy. I thought he needed to be like a bigger guy. So I did John Cena for Bruce Willis.
This whole movie is taken out of Newtown.
Like a stone.
I know.
Oh, yeah, I bet you he's a more emotional Tom Hardy though.
He's too big for the boat.
Yeah. And then I was pairing him up with, or we just we stay with the one guy and then we cruise back through.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't get ahead of myself.
We're just doing Tom Hardy. Yeah.
That's very funny.
All right, Al, give us.
Rob didn't go.
Rob did his cat swap.
Well, wait, I did some others too.
Oh,
so
okay.
Chris or Liam Hemsworth, I think either one could do it. But in a special nod and connection back to Bruce Willis, Jai Courtney, or however you say his name, could be Tom Hardy, his son from like A Good Day to Die Hard.
Die Hard 5 or something?
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
It's his kid in the movie. You know who it is. He's like a tough guy.
You've seen him.
Villain, superhero wannabe type.
He was in one of the Terminator movies from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Al, give us your Sarah Jessica Parker, a.k.a. Joe Christman.
I've really got only two. I've got Florence Pugh, and I've got Tessa Thompson.
Tessa Thompson. She's a recurring.
I know. But she matches up with like John D. Washington or O'Shea Jackson.
Okay. I've got Haley Steinfeld. Could maybe do it. Emma Mackey.
Would play like a perfect rookie cop.
Yeah. I don't know. Emma Mackey, the lookalike for what's her name? Oh, Harley Quinn, actress.
Margot Robbie
lookalike.
Oh, right.
Emma Mackey.
Yeah.
And then I got Ana de Armas is my number one.
Oh.
You just basically need a female human being to play this character. Rob, do yours.
I think you could really make this character a really strong woman, Brendan.
Okay.
I thought, just kind of looking at it, I thought ScarJo, of course, and Gal Gadot could do that. But I thought for
so. Hang on.
In her Wonder Woman outfit?
Yes.
She's going to lasso.
She's like a 20-something rookie cop. And we got like 45-year-old.
No, she's...
ScarJo?
I thought she was 27 when filmed. And then, I don't know what Gal is, but she's not 40, is she?
I don't know. Probably.
I think she's in her 30s, I think.
Yeah, come on. But... the person I actually think that would be the best is Kristen Stewart.
No, wrong.
Yeah, I have no. I've
got the best pick for this one.
I like that, Robbie.
I think wrong is the right answer. that is wrong. She got too much attitude.
The only woman that could play this role would be Zendaya. Come on.
Oh my God.
She's perfect.
I don't think we have any. This is the first time I don't think any of us nailed it. Like, there's some options here and there, but
I think Paul might be closest, though.
Not the other part. Okay. Rob, give me your Nick DiTillo, Dennis Farina character.
I did not do that one because, first of all, there is no replacing Farina.
You're recasting Farina with Farina. I got it.
Yeah, I was swapping him in for him.
All right. Pauly, give me yours.
The cop that I think is always a cop, actor-wise, is Dennis Franz from New York. NYPD Blue.
Hilarious.
Is he alive?
I don't know.
I think so.
You know, we're recasting these people today. Like, they have to be able to actually do the part. They can't be 87 years old.
I actually went back. No, I went back and looked at ages
78
for everybody.
Right.
I pushed it a little bit on the ladies, but not with Stewart.
All right.
He's from Maywood, Illinois.
Wow.
Dennis Franz.
So my Farina is number 3. He has been mentioned on this episode already, but not in this section. Dennis Leary.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
He's in there for
good.
Farina.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh.
As Nick DiTillo. And this one works with the 2 sons that I have picked. So it's specific to them. Andy Garcia as the dad. So he will work with these 2 sons that I have.
Got it. All right.
We'll see.
Man, that was more thought than I would have given you credit for.
How dare you?
I've got Jason Statham.
All right, you're done.
I want him to have the British accent, though.
Fold up your little Post-it.
Well, you know what?
Put it away.
We need a full sampling of accents in this movie.
We don't have any Pittsburgh, so you might as well have
it doesn't matter.
Cockney London.
Or I've got Denzel Washington.
Oh.
Nice.
No.
You have Denzel playing...
I think Denzel Washington is...
His son playing Tom Hardy?
Yes.
But not playing his son?
No.
Nearly 70.
Yeah. If we were to factor in ages, I think we're all over the place, but
I know.
Whatever.
It doesn't really matter how old they are for these parts.
For this movie especially.
It does not matter.
I think I'm taking mine back because I want a Pittsburgh connection, so I'm going Michael Keaton. Is going to be Farina. I think that would be
you could do that. That's good one, Pauly.
Who else is from Pittsburgh? Dennis Miller? Put him in there. Just anybody with a Pittsburgh connection. All right. So let's do the 2 kids, Danny DiTillo and Jimmy DiTillo. Nash, give us your DiTillo kids.
I didn't do Danny. Sizemore is...
Sizemore, it was Danny.
Oh, no, I did Danny, didn't do Jimmy.
What?
I had a lot of folks I thought could pull it off. Daniel Radcliffe as kind of like an outsider if he got a little crazy. But I thought Zac Efron and Adam Driver could kind of pull out that strung out, drunk guy.
Zac Efron can play anybody.
I think Zac Efron, though, I think he'd be like a revelation as a strung out drunk guy.
Could play St. Davis Jr.
Do you remember the most famous use of Zac Efron in the recasting on this podcast?
Oh,
about a year ago.
I don't, but I do remember it being a big deal.
It was in
Cannonball
Run.
I it's gonna burst through a door.
Joel said he wanted Zac.
I know it's a big deal, but I don't know what it is.
Zac Efron to play the Sammy Davis Jr. part.
Was that the last time Joel was on the podcast?
Yes. When he said that,
that's right.
The room melted down. It's the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard.
It is. It's like greatest.
Oh my god. Oh dear Lord.
It's the greatest.
Out of control.
It's the greatest.
If Zac Efron can do that, he can do anything. Right? I mean,
He can do anything.
cast him as Cinderella. Who cares? What's the difference?
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Once you said Zac Efron, I stopped listening, Rob. I just started laughing.
So I concluded with Joe Keery. From Stranger. I think he should be him. I think he should be him.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Al, do your Tom Sizemore character.
Not too far off of your Joe Keery, Rob. I've got Nick Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Love, Simon.
Oh.
But he's been in like a bunch of other things, and he can play a good greaseball.
I think I know him by sight.
Character. And slightly different. I've got Brian Tyree Henry.
Well, I like him in anything, so I'm fine with that.
I know.
Yeah. He's good. Pauly, do you have a Danny? Tom Sizemore?
I kind of went the brother route.
Yeah.
So I've got the Franco brothers, James and Dave.
Fuck you. I have that. I have the brothers.
I kind of went the brother route on that. So I thought they would be. I don't know who would play who, but.
Yeah. So I had Dave Franco as Danny, and I had James Franco as Jimmy the Killer. Speaking of that was my third place. My second place pair of brothers, I had Casey and Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Casey playing the Sizemore part. And then my number one was Jake Johnson and Oscar Isaac. They kind of look like each other, and they would be the sons of Andy Garcia.
Interesting. All right.
So,
God, you really devoted some time.
Oh, this all came quick to me. I casted this in about 5 minutes. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
They may not work, but I did it quickly. Anybody else we're missing? Any other wild cards or extras?
Jimmy.
Oh, Al.
What about Mahoney?
Well, let's have Al do Jimmy, and then you can do Mahoney.
So I've got also the son of a famous person. I've got Corey Hawkins.
Who's that?
He is
who's he son of?
Yes.
He was
Connie
son
Hawkins.
of a bitch.
No, he's one of the Dr. Dre's son.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Was he in that movie?
Yeah.
Allison sounded like she was like searching for Dr. Dre's first name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was trying
to Dr. Dre, you know.
You know, Andre.
Well, I was like starting to like all of a sudden like second guess who I'm thinking of. But the person who I want to play this part, and it goes with like the Nick Robinson as the brother, Jason Statham as the dad. Is Paul Dano.
Paul Dano, son of Jason Statham?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Now we're doing it.
But
what the hell are you doing?
I know. But I like him being kind of the psycho.
Yeah. He is a psycho.
Yeah.
All right, Nash, throw out a Mahoney.
I thought there were a few. Ethan Hawke could have done it. He's not quite old enough.
And Hawke?
I think so. Age-wise, though.
Who is his son? Who would play Tommy or Tom Hardy if?
Well, I had the younger. I had the way young. Jai Courtney's not that young, or Jay. I mean, but don't get cut off on the ages because my favorite is Nick Offerman as the John Mahoney character.
I like that. Well, as we said, Farina was only 10 years older than the guy that he's playing his father.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh my God.
Did anybody recast Timothy Busfield? No. Good.
You sons of bitches.
Okay, here we go.
The guy from the office, who's the nerdy guy from the office, or from 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Kenneth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Memorable scenes, there are none. Quotable lines.
The memorable scene was I had those cars hopping up and down the aisles. Like the
bunny rabbit cars?
Yeah.
Man, those things hopping down the freeway or the highway.
I wrote down airborne 50% of the time.
So it's who's the best cop?
Right.
Is the quote.
Who's the best cop now, huh? You, Jimmy. Always you. Who's the best cop now?
You, Jimmy. Always you.
And then Flesh and Blood.
Flesh and Blood.
Flesh and Blood.
It's my partner. My flesh and blood. My flesh and blood.
No one's gonna nominate the RC car at the start of the film, navigating the murder scene.
Little Red Riding Hood, the song. I forgot that was.
Oh yeah.
The song.
Go ahead and hit play on that cassette.
And then this, I can't believe we didn't pick up on this 30 years ago, because this quote is ludicrous. This is Nick. This is the dad, Nick, talking to Tom Hardy. There's an old Italian saying, never scald your tongue on another man's soup.
Wow.
And then Tom Hardy goes, yeah, there's an old Irish saying, don't listen to old Italian sayings. Ridiculous.
Nailed it.
Yeah. That's
when that came on, both of us like cringed in our seats. Like, what?
Oh,
just turned the TV off.
Yeah.
Try and find tighter writing. Tighter writing. I'll wait. That's good. That's good shit.
Yeah.
I had a big problem with
you're like somebody
when
snap thing.
At the very end of the movie, when Jimmy got electrocuted by the stun gun or whatever the hell.
In the mouth.
In the mouth.
In the mouth, which is kind of crazy. And they're both in the water.
Oh.
Then he just sinks to like the bottom of the river. Like, why? Who sinks when they're? Yeah, I don't get that.
That's your soul weighing you down.
About the property of electricity in the water with that.
Yeah, there's an issue there.
Are we going to quibble with the science of this movie?
It took me out of the moment. Yeah, but
we've got questionable geography. We have ridiculous accents. We have strange, like familial relationships, and no. The science is the least of the problems. All right. Any other scenes or lines in this tragedy?
No.
All right. I have a question that I ask for some of these movies. I'm going to ask it because there is only one answer. What would you want to see in a sequel?
None.
Oh, God.
Nothing. I don't want to see.
I think they tied up all that they needed to with this one.
Just towards the whole city.
They threw everything in there that they could.
Yeah.
I want to learn about Joe's daughter. What's she doing?
Does she grow up to be a river rat or whatever they call it? Yeah.
She's going to be a prosecutor, educated.
Okay. The how much are they worth game.
And now, let's play the how much are they worth game.
Oh, boy.
Here you go.
We have the only 5 people that are worth a damn in this movie. And it is Robert Pastorelli, Dennis Farina.
I refuse to even spend time thinking about Robert Pastorelli. I have no idea, dude.
Sarah Jessica Parker and Bruce Willis.
Yeah, fair enough. I got you. All the
I
rest
told
of it,
you he was Eldon on Murphy Brown.
So 4?
5.
John Mahoney's not in there?
Wait.
No.
Robert
He's incarcerated, Lloyd.
Sizemore.
Farina.
Oh, Farina. Have we done Farina before?
We've done Bruce Willis before. We've done Farina
We're
before.
doing 3 dead people?
Yeah. Oh. Well, half the cast is dead. If we throw in Mahoney, he's dead as well, I think.
The actress who played Min still alive, that we could do her?
Min?
Min, she was one of the... She was the...
was that her name, Min?
I think her name was Min. And ended up getting killed.
Robert Pastorelli. You know him as Eldon, of course.
He was in
Murphy Brown.
Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves. Yeah,
he plays that yucky covered wagon guy. That's who I was thinking of before.
Wasn't he like Blair's cool motorcycle boyfriend on Facts of Life?
Whoa.
You take the good, you take the bad.
Or maybe Joe's brother.
Murphy Brown. Scotch and Milk. That was a movie, apparently. Modern Vampires. Mother Goose. This guy.
He
was in the blockbuster Michael, the John Travolta Angel movie.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
Eraser, I think. Was that a Schwarzenegger movie? Eraser?
Yes.
He played Johnny C.
West Side World. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, who cares, really? Okay. I've got a number. Well, let's see.
Oh my God.
I got one.
Yeah.
Rob, what's your number?
14.
Whoa. Pauly, what's
14 million?
It's a Murphy Brown.
He was
Murphy Brown money, man.
Or $14.
What's your number?
I'm going like $1.5 million.
I had 3.
I had 2.
Okay.
It's Murphy Brown money.
Pastorelli.
Even in there.
Awesome. He's not even in there. Not even in.
I am right until proven
Looks like
wrong.
I win.
Robert
He was on a lot of
Pastorelli.
let me just... Bernie Miller, Cagney and Lacey.
All right, I'm just going to Google it and see what happens.
Hardcastle and McCormick, Knight Rider.
This guy,
he was the best cop.
He's got the greatest line of residuals ever.
Okay, I have a number and I have 2 different numbers and they're so wildly different.
You go with the high one.
The 18.
Go with the high one.
Yeah,
Go with the low one.
Well, that's the one I want.
Advice.
I'm looking at.
He was in a lot of cop shit.
That cop shit pays sweet cash.
I cannot find a number for him. It's. I see between 3 and 5 million. I see between 1 and 12 million. I see. I see 700,000. I see 8 million.
700,000. Some website can peg you down to 700,000.
Let's do John Mahoney. John Mahoney's net worth.
I'm incarcerated, Lloyd.
This is a tough one. He's got all that Frazier money.
I know. All right.
Well, he's got to be. I got a number. He's got to be 14 million if Datillo was.
Oh, so Rob sticks at 14. Pauly.
I'm more at like 30.
Yeah. I've got 10.
I wrote down 20.
Okay. John Mahoney. Okay. An English-born American actor with a net worth of 16 million. So Rob gets it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now let's get to the real people. Dennis Farina. We know he's in everything. He's always a cop. He's in Snatch, so I mean,
right.
He's got to be over 100 million then, right?
That helps.
That and Midnight Run.
Get Shorty.
I feel like Dennis Farina said yes to a lot of like decent but not good deals.
Yeah.
I feel like John Mahoney's been in more than Dennis Farina.
He had the Law and Order or whatever the show was.
Oh, damn. That's right. All right, I've got a number. Pauly, give us your number.
If Mahoney was 16 or whatever you said it was, I'm going 16.
Fucking aristocrat. Al, what's your number?
10.
I had 8. And
I literally, I swear to God, I have 9.
9. So we have 8, 9, 10, and 16. Okay, Dennis Farina. Oh. His net worth is $4 million. That goes to me.
Wow. That was way off.
Way off, dude. Okay, now this gets tricky. Tom Sizemore.
Oh, God.
I know. How much did he squander? How much was left when he died? He worked a lot, but
he lived hard.
He lived hard.
Cobra Kai. For one episode.
I got one.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot of great stuff recently, that's for sure. His money is from like the 90s. Okay, I think I have a number. Okay. Al, give us your number.
10.
10. Pauly.
3.
Shit. Rob.
Oh, God damn it.
Don't change it.
I know. 7 is the one I committed to.
I had 18.
I wanted to go 6.
I might have.
Oh! Do you think he's Dennis Farina?
Tom Sizemore had a net worth at the time of his death of $500,000.
Oh!
Nice. That's a chalk win right there.
Oh, he gets it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. He spent a lot of that money on.
Wow, that is
drugs and hookers.
That is very concerning.
Wow. That is the definition of you can't take it with you.
Yeah. Well, fuck it, right?
Yeah. Well, what does he care?
Okay, Sarah Jessica Parker, aka Joe Christman.
Like, so she might be the richest. Well, no, Bruce, I guess. No.
They're both.
I know. Like
it's going to be a battle of the Titans.
Is it just her money, or is it the
Matthew Broderick? Is he involved in this? I'm assuming it's just hers, but I don't know how.
How do they break it up?
We're just guessing at what they say. We don't know.
Yeah.
What the formula is.
Sex and the City might have been a bigger PR phenomenon than like actual moneymaker.
But those stupid movies, I'm sure they cleaned up on.
Yeah.
And she has worked since like the 80s.
Yeah. Mars Attacks.
I mean, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
I really hope it's 500,000.
I mean, I think she's got to be worth $200 million.
All right, well, there's Robbie's number.
Wow.
That's probably a little high. Damn it.
Who's been the biggest so far?
Ever?
George Lucas.
Yeah, I think it was George Lucas.
Okay.
We had one or two people that were in the billions, and Lucas was the top one.
She's got to be. I would like to turn my estimate down, but
we're not making you stick on 200. What's your real number?
It's a little high. I think it's like 110.
All right, Al.
I'm going 225. I think she is north of 200.
Pauly, what do you have?
She lives in New York. I know it's expensive there.
Yeah, fucking
breaking down your logic.
Give me the number.
You think her net worth is driven by the cost of coffee, or
yes?
Yeah.
God, how about a little? I'm doing 160. I think that's high.
I said 75. Okay, Sarah. Yep. Ooh. This is going to ruffle some feathers.
500,000.
Sarah Jessica Parker has a net worth of $200 million.
What did you change your number to?
I went from 200 to 110.
You had it nailed.
Did I make it then?
No, Allison had 225.
Oh,
I should have gone with my gut.
So it's each of us have one. So the winner of this one wins the game. This is Brucey.
This might be the hardest one.
There are so many variables.
Unless you think we know.
Was he in with the Hard Rock Cafe?
Planet Hollywood.
Planet Hollywood. That's it. Yeah.
I don't even think artificial intelligence couldn't track his net worth based on his movies and divorces and whatever else.
No.
Ask Chat GPT.
Yeah, really. It's one of the hardest questions in the universe. Is it $1 billion or is it 8?
Well, let's just look at some of his recent movies.
If you say anything in the last 3 years, no one's going to know what it is.
Just on the screen, not even scrolling down, we have things like Detective Knight Independence, Detective Knight Redemption, Paradise City, Detective Knight Rogue, Wire Room, Wrong Place, White Elephant, Vendetta, Corrective Measures, Fortress, Sniper's Eye.
I have not heard of one of these movies.
A Day to Die, Gasoline Alley. I'm still in 2022.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now we go to 2021. American Siege, Fortress, Deadlock, and the list goes on and on and on. That's why they pulled him out and wouldn't let anyone talk to him anymore because he was just being taken advantage of and being thrown in all these movies. He has no idea where he is. Oh, Die Hard is back.
I mean, that sounds terrible.
Die Hard is back.
I mean, but so what? Someone I'm assuming is going to have an aligned interest in him getting a good salary because it would mean a good commission for them. So they're not just letting this guy do these movies for $100,000, are they? I mean, they're
they are.
Oh my god!
But he's doing a scene here or there. He's not really in these movies, Okay, I don't even know what to do with this guy.
God, I mean, if Sarah Jessica Parker is $200 million,
yeah, but
I got a number. I got it.
I've got a number too. I'm embarrassed by it, but I'm right.
I do feel stupid about it.
Pauly, what's your number?
Oh man, I really want to get this one right, but I have a feeling I'm way off. God, this is a hard one. going 190.
I think that's low. Rob.
300 million.
Damn it. That's exactly what I put. 300 million.
I got 450.
450.
Oh my God.
450.
Yep.
That's awesome.
What's his biggest movie grosser of all time? Pulp Fiction?
Armageddon.
No. Yeah. Armageddon, one of the Die Hards. I mean,
North.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable's a good one.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, who has a net worth of $250 million.
Shit.
Which means Rob and I tie.
Yes. Yes.
So we need an extra winner here. An extra
Timothy Busfield.
Guess off. Timothy Busfield it is. Timothy Busfield. There he is. Oh, the West Wing. The West Wing. Of course.
Oh, yeah. He was in like 30-something, right? And then
oh, yeah.
big director, I think, and producer, I think. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. You know what? He's not good. He's not a good deckhand.
Hey, get that Stern line.
He's got all that Poindexter money from Revenge of the Nerds.
$14 million it is.
Is that your number?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God.
I don't know what to do with that was too quick, Rob. I wasn't ready.
Well, too bad.
Well, I was going to go low, but I don't know what. Okay, fine. Timothy Busfield. Timothy Bus. Oh, there he is. Timothy Busfield.
Your name?
What was your number, Brennan?
11 million. Timothy Busfield is an American actor, director, producer, and writer who has a net worth of, according to this website, $500,000.
Oh.
That's not true. That's not true. I mean, I think we all know that's not true.
He has done a lot of acting.
I'm lodging an official protest.
It's absolutely not true.
He's got 63 director credits.
I think he's doing a lot of that lately.
He wasn't paid $10 an hour.
He was in Trapper John, Family Ties, Matlock.
Trapper John.
Wheel of Dreams.
Yeah, he's only been acting since the 80s.
All right. O'Neill wins.
No, it's bullshit.
Lodge your complaint with the association, Rob.
I told that crowd down at the league office.
Over the line. All right. Well, that was Striking Distance.
Yeah.
We had brain injuries in the 90s and thought this was like a movie.
Yeah,
that was
I don't
worth
know. It's terrible.
Something. I don't know what happened.
I think we watch it after going out.
We watched it many times in our apartment. We had this on video in some capacity. Yeah.
It's only good if you're not thinking correctly.
But we watched this sober. We definitely watched this sober on a Sunday, hungover maybe, but okay. Well, regardless, this movie is an abomination, and we thought it was good when we were young, and we are idiots, and never trust our younger selves because we didn't know what we were talking about.
Well said.
How angry you are about it. You're disappointed with yourself.
I'm disappointed in this movie and myself and everybody associated with it. Yeah.